Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Earlier today, which is Sunday, the 13th of August 2023, I uploaded a video regarding an article. I think it was by Associated Press or Reuters. It was not, if I remember, it was not a Russian media outlet, if I remember correctly. And this is the video that I uploaded. Russia warship opens fire on cargo vessel in Black Sea, used Ka-29 helicopter to board the vessel. So this is the video I made earlier today, and there was the information then. Now I have an article coming from the Ukrainians citing a certain kind of media outlet or something. I will share that with you, where they claim everything is fake. Actually, according to these guys, Russia did not fire a shot and there were no helicopters. And the Russians did not board or inspect the Palau vessel. So let's go and see what this article has to say, and I will show you also the map. So here it is. The article comes from Ukrainska Pravda. It is from Sunday, 13th of August 2023. At 9:41 p.m. Kiev time. So Russians spread disinformation, according to Ukrainska Pravda, about ship inspection and warning shots in the Black Sea. They say fake. Okay, it says inform Napalm, an international intelligence community. Well, okay. All right, says that the Russians have lied that the inspection of the Sukru Okan cargo ship in the Black Sea was successful and that warning shots were fired. So, quote from these guys: as per the objective control data provided to inform Napalm by the sailors of one of the vessels who observed this event from a distance, all right, the Russian Ministry of Defense lied that the inspection of the vessel was successful. The sailors said that Sukru Okan did not comply with the demands of the Russians to stop the ship, but simply temporarily changed its course towards the coast, the territorial waters of Turkey. Now, the other article claims that actually this occurred by the Bulgarian territorial waters. So this coast right here, so this is the Black Sea. This is how they get into the Black Sea through Dardanelles, Bosphorus Strait, Istanbul, and they were going towards here to Sulina, or they say to Ismail, right here on the Danube River. And that, they said, occurred in this area right here by Bulgaria. Now they say no, actually this veered towards Turkey, which I don't know if it occurs here or occurs on the eastern side or western side of the Bosphorus Straits. So let's go back to the article. So there were no helicopters and no warning shots. There were only Russian threats on the radio, so the Russians were there. There was a Turkish crew on board of Sukru Okan who did not give about the threats and did not obey. Therefore, the Russians' reports about the successful inspection of the ship were untruthful. Now, this is what these guys claim. All this was seen from far away and was reported by some sailor from a different location. Now, I don't know what this is right here. Let's try to play it. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere.
My group expects you to I am Russian warship.
I am Russian warship. Okay, that's the audio between the two. So, the background here is the Russian Ministry of Defense claimed that in the small hours of 13th of August, a Russian ship opened warning fire on the Sukru Okan, a bulk carrier which was heading for the port of Izmail in Odessa Oblast, Ukraine, under the flag of Palau. After the carrier supposedly did not respond to the so-called demands to the ship for inspection for the transportation of prohibited goods, the occupiers opened supposedly warning fires and also took off a Ka-29 combat helicopter with a group of soldiers. According to the Russian Ministry of Defense, the Russian military boarded the vessel and conducted a so-called inspection, after which the Sukhru-Okan continued its journey to Ismail. So, supposedly Ismail, as I said, is right here. And they will probably go around here, Romania, got to the Black Sea here in the Black Sea, went to the Danube River, went out on Kilia arm of the Black Sea, Danube River, and got to Ismail. Now, first, I personally don't believe either side or any side until I somehow been able to correlate or verify the information with other sources, or I receive, a visual and I can determine that by my, abilities, that's not a fake. In this case, the Russians reported that. Okay, that's what they reported. These guys report this. This is what is report. How can I verify it? I can't. Because the Ukrainians will say, hey, the Russians destroyed the Kakhovka Dam, and the Westerners says, yes, the Russians destroyed the Kakhovka Dam. The evidence? The Ukrainians said so. The Russians said, no, it was the Ukrainians. The Westerners, no, it was you, because the evidence is Ukrainians told us so. So that's the way it works, my friend. I'm bringing this up to you just because we're going to find out who did what. And first, it doesn't really matter. If you look at it, it doesn't really matter. The Russians said that they will do what they did, what they claimed they did. And I personally see in the Russians a little bit of consistency. Usually the Russians, when they say they punch you in the face, they will punch you in the face. Usually when they say they're going to give you $1, they will give you $1. Okay? Money. The other side, on the other hand, are more weasels than the Russians. They're weasels, but these guys are more weasels. I caught them lying and, lying by omission and so on, more than the other side. To be honest, my direct experience, I'm not defending either. I don't give up about. I want that war to stop. That's my whole goal. And I have no power, just to, provide the information. And when I see these guys lie, I try to say it. When these guys I see them lie, I try to say it. Why? Because, sometimes you can't verify it. Like right here, it's this versus this. And then they give me the now all of intelligence, whatever, napalm something. Okay, never heard of them. It doesn't mean that if I did not hear of them, they're not legit. But it's very strange that they use them right now. If you had, I don't know, a guy that they don't like, let's say the Ukrainians, let's say, what's his name? Ritter? I can't remember his first name right now. I'm sorry. Who YouTube closed his channel. If this guy would come out and say, you know what, it's true that the Russians were lying. I mean, a combination. Oh my God, the lions. The Russians were lying. They will use him. Scott Ritter, that's his name. So if Scott Ritter, that they don't like, would say that, they would immediately get Scott Ritter as being a legit. Or let's get Seymour Hersh, the other guy with the Nord Stream 1, Nord Stream 2 pipelines. He said, well, the Americans did it with the Norwegians and so on. Oh, he's a liar, pants on fire. If that guy would come right now and say, well, the Russians were lying, this guy immediately would use him. Just like this. And would forget about the Nord Stream 1, Nord Stream 2. By the way, what happened to those guys? Who did it? Nothing. Why? Because they're not going to come and tell us. It was those guys and those guys. No, they will say, we're still investigating. We don't know yet. We can't disclose any. It's an ongoing investigation. It's confidential. Oh, shit. That's how they do it. It's been almost a year, my friends, and nothing about it. Do you think so? Do you think it's a possibility that he cannot figure out who blew up the Nord Stream 1, Nord Stream 2? I think they knew even before it happened. But some of them knew. And this is the word, New World Order, the rule-based world community, the international law. We, the good, they, the bad. Anyway, so I don't know. I'm just making this video so you know that there's another version of events. Now, which one is the true one? I personally don't give up. because the Russians, I know they will stop them. So maybe this one, it was not so dramatic or so effective, but I guarantee you the Russians will stop them and they will shoot at them. I'm 99% certain about that. The Russians will shoot. I mean, they attacked the American drone over the Black Sea. Do you think they were not going to stop a shitty Palau vessel that barely... Do you think they were not? Why not? Palau will attack Russia or something? They're not afraid of the Americans. Do you think they were going to be afraid of Palau? Maybe they didn't have the resources. It was not the helicopter, even though I guarantee you the Russians already planned it. They knew exactly when they will refuse to stop, this will do. And if they do this, we will do this, and this will do. That's how you do it. Do you think the Russians are like, we're going to use a fishing pole to stop the vessel? I mean, really. And the evidence these guys provided was what? An audio that I can't even verify personally. And then some people saw from the distance no helicopters or whatever. Okay, but we'll see. We'll see. Is that the reason why Maliar, in an article that I have ready for you guys, wants the international community to protect these vessels? Is because nothing happened now? Just came out, I don't know. I just have it ready. So why would she be so concerned if the Russians did not stop that vessel? She would say, well, it's okay, the Russians did not stop it. We're good to go. Come over, Red Rover, everyone. Why would she call, international community, please make sure that you provide the safety of the vessels because of the the Russian bear over there stopping with the helicopters. All right. Just bringing information. They all lie correct. But you gotta bob and weave and see who's who, what's what. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.